All right, let's get into some of our top stories that we're following for you on this Friday. A deadly hit-and-run investigation is happening as we speak in the North Valley.
Yeah, police say that they did receive a call about a man lying in the road near Cave Creek Road and Greenway overnight. And when they located him, he was suffering from serious injuries. He was taken to a nearby hospital, where he later died. Police say that the vehicle involved left the scene before they arrived. The road was shut down during the scene investigation, of course. It has now since reopened. This is a developing story, and of course we'll bring you the latest as those details become available. Also new this morning, a crash on the I-10 just after midnight. Our ADOT camera capturing the wreckage left behind. This is right there in the area of 27th Avenue. You can see that car badly damaged, as well as the guardrail damaged in the area. So DPS tells us this was a single vehicle collision. One person sustained minor injuries. We also have new details for you being released on a cold case in Chandler. A woman reported being sexually assaulted at Apache Park in October of 1991. Police now releasing a sketch of the suspect using information from the victim and witnesses. It depicts what the suspect would have looked like at the time of the alleged attack. Police estimate that the man was somewhere between 18 and 25 years old at the time, which puts him around his early to mid-50s right now. They hope the new sketch will help jog someone's memory.
I can't speculate on why it took so long to report. What I can tell you is that we did learn about this case in October of 2024, and our detectives have been working diligently on trying to establish as much information as they can. And in this situation, we're very much being reactive to the details that we're getting.
Anyone with information can leave an anonymous tip by calling the Chandler Police Department phone number. The FBI continues searching for a motive in the deadly New Year's attack in New Orleans.
14 people were killed, dozens others were injured when a truck just drove right through the crowded Bourbon Street. The FBI is calling this an act of terrorism. The suspected driver was Shamsuddin Jabbar, an Army veteran from Texas. He was killed in a shootout with police after the attack, making it difficult to pinpoint an exact motive. However, he touted his support for ISIS on social media. He also had an ISIS flag on the truck.
We continue to relentlessly pursue ISIS and other terrorist organizations where they are, and they'll find no safe harbor here.
The FBI believes the man acted alone. President Joe Biden also says so far there is no connection between this attack and that Cybertruck explosion that happened outside of Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas.
And speaking of that attack in Vegas, law enforcement identified the driver of that Cybertruck as this man, Matthew Livelsberger. Here's what we know about Livelsberger so far. He was an active duty U.S. Army Special Forces. Officials say that he was born in Arizona, and he drove through the state on his way to Vegas. After the explosion, authorities found a military ID, a passport, multiple firearms, all in the Cybertruck. The FBI says there is evidence that Livelsberger had sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound before the vehicle exploded.
We're calling it a suicide with the bombing that occurred immediately thereafter. I'm not giving it any other labels.
And local police have addressed the similarities between the truck explosion in Vegas and the terror attack in New Orleans. Both men did serve in the military, and both were in Afghanistan in 2009, but there is no clear evidence or indication that they knew each other or had any interaction with one another. On Capitol Hill, the 119th Congress is set to be sworn in. That happens later this morning, and that includes Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego.
Yeah, ahead of his swearing in, Gallego spoke about a variety of topics, including border security and the president-elect's plan for mass deportation. Take a listen.
We're not going to automatically just knee-jerk anything that knee-jerk reject anything that comes from the White House. We're not going to, run to the barricades when they use words like mass deportation, because even now to this day they have not, really qualified what their plans are. So we're going to wait and hear what their actual goals are. See if we can work together to really fulfill what Arizonans asked of me to do.
Gallego also announced his committee assignments. He'll serve on the committees for banking, energy and natural resources, homeland security, and governmental affairs, as well as veterans affairs. The new Senate is expected to be sworn in 10 o'clock Arizona time.
This may be just the start of a very long day for Congress. The U.S. House begins its 2025 session today, and the first order of business is selecting a new speaker. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has the backing of President-elect Trump, but he's still lacking support from some Republicans. If Johnson loses any more support, it may be back to the drawing board. There is no time to waste either. Congress is supposed to certify the November election results on Monday. The House can't do anything until a speaker is chosen.